Let me know if you guys can hear me now. I'm having to look at my phone. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Oh, I think you can hear me now because now I can look at my phone. So I'm having to look at my phone to see the chat room because the chat room's not popping up here, which is interesting. And there's a delay. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Michelle. So I'm trying to figure out the chat room. Interesting. Maybe the chat is between anybody who would be online with me. So wonderful. Now I know you can hear me. So I've got my phone. So I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to put the word yes in your chat box, but don't hit enter yet. I want to see how long it takes for it to get here. So type in the word yes. Don't hit enter yet until I tell you. So get ready. Get ready. Okay, hit enter. Let me see how long it takes to pop up. I'll tell you when it pops up. Nothing yet. Okay, there. Yes, now. So that was maybe like, what, 15 seconds? So there's a delay. Now I just got to figure out how I can get the chat box over here. So hello, everybody. It says there's 6 people here. So welcome, everybody. So this is my first time doing a YouTube live, and I'm kind of liking it. Oh, somebody just popped in. So hey, Robin, let's see. I'm gonna mute you because it's Robin. Because I don't know how you popped in. That was weird. Kind of interesting. But yeah, you popped up. Let's see. Hide from broadcast. Okay, that was weird. So yeah, Robin, you're like the only one that you popped up on my screen, and I can hear your background noise. So somehow you got in. I don't know how you got in where everybody else is just kind of viewing. I'm learning. It's kind of cool. So yeah, you. So I'm wondering if I eject you, if you're going to get lost. So, because Robin, when you type, you're in the Google Hangouts. Now, everybody else, are you guys in Google Hangouts? Like Aaron, Michelle, Ruby, are you in Google Hangouts? Or are you just on YouTube watching me? So you were on YouTube and could only watch. Okay, you couldn't. So Robin, you said you could only watch. So Ruby, I don't know what the no. I don't remember what no meant. So Ruby, you're just on YouTube. Okay. Michelle, just on YouTube. Okay, cool. So well, this is kind of fun. You're on YouTube and can only watch. Cool. So I guess if you come to Google Hangouts, then you kind of pop up on my radar here, which is very interesting. So last week I did a YouTube live Google Hangouts with the Spread This Witches group, and I liked it so much I thought I would try one. And I had a conversation with what's the word? Someone who brands you and develops you and your online presence. And it really got my mind thinking about a lot of stuff. So I've been the last couple of days been working through that. So yeah, so this is kind of interesting. I just thought I would pop on and try this to see how it works. But I put a Ricola in my mouth, so I'm going to take it out just so it's not distracting for my dialogue. So forgive me. And I'm back. All right, so all right, so yeah, so tonight I wanted to talk just a little bit about pets, animals, and the holidays. And let me know, you guys out there, who has pets living in their house with them, who coexist with some animals, what they are, what their names are. Just maybe tell me a little bit about them. Holidays can be interesting times, and I'm going to share just a little bit about my experience with our animals that have coexisted with us in holiday times, and not so much holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, but holidays in general, and the stuff that we've experienced with them. So yes, Robin says yes. I'm assuming that means you have animals in your house. Tell me like what you got. So I have a cat named Sebastian, Flame Point Himalayan. Bartolomeo is right there on a chair. I have to actually I usually have, behind me is a desk, so I can spin around and sit down with my clients, and they have their own chair. And I have to pull the chair up for Bart so he can sit next to me. And Bartolomeo is this big, beautiful, his ears are moving because he knows I'm talking about it. Bart, do you want to come say hello? No, he's sleeping. So Aaron, you're making some noise and you're popping up, so I'm going to mute you. Hi, Aaron, I can see you. You're a little tiny person there. So I am blocking you just so your background noise, because if you come on with me and you start talking, then you're going to pop up on the screen. So I don't know if you're dressed or not, but it wasn't my intention to bring anybody on yet tonight. So, but Aaron, yes, I see you. Hello. And now, Aaron, I think you can type in the chat room over there. So let's see what else. Let me see if this is scrolling up. That's scrolling. Yeah. Yes, Aaron. So, and then Sheldon is a 17-year-old dachshund that lives with us. And I'm going to tell you a little more about him, because about 2 weeks ago, we said goodbye to one of our little fur babies. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit tonight. So you guys can chat amongst yourself, as I'm kind of still learning how Hangouts works versus on YouTube Live, and the comments and things like that. So I probably have to figure out a way that I make the Hangouts, I guess, maybe private, so that people don't just jump on. Because if this were to get larger, then I would be having 15, 10, 20, 30 people popping on. I'd be jumping around trying to mute them all. So yeah, I don't know how that works. Maybe the link I sent out was the link. Did you guys, those of you who are in Hangouts, did you click on the link I just sent out on Facebook and stuff? Maybe that's what happened. You'll have to type in the Hangouts and let me know. But everybody else, I think they just popped on. So, oh my gosh, what's up? How are you, Prasad? So, you had two different links. One was YouTube and one was Hangouts. Okay, so I think the Hangouts one is what brings you on here. And Aaron, you'll have to let me know if that's one. Yes, link in Twitter. Okay, cool. So interesting. So learning how this all works. So hello, Prasad. How are you, my friend? So if you guys see Pramanic Astrology Channel in YouTube, it is a dear friend of mine. And he is, where are you in India? Prasad, type in what city you're in and what time is it. It's probably tomorrow. You're probably in the future. I can't remember how many hours ahead. I know you're at least 4 hours ahead, which would put you into tomorrow. But if you ever want to get your Vedic astrology done, check out Pramanic Astrology, PRA, Pramanic Astrology channel there. And find him, Google him, chat with him. Yeah, check him out. So, yes, it's early morning. And I know you have a fur baby at home too, buddy. So yeah, so I just want to pop on. I'm only going to be about another maybe like 18, 20 minutes, you guys. Just checking out YouTube Live, checking out and see how this works afterwards, because I'm assuming I'll be able to share this on my link and people can kind of watch it. But so just talking about animals and holidays. About 7 years ago, we had a Pomeranian that Fabian, my husband, had. And all right, so Ruby, I'm going to mute you and hide you because you are on camera. So there. So so you don't pop up. So about 7 years ago, Lovita was her name. She was a 13-year-old Pomeranian. And she was with Fabian from like 6 weeks old. So she was like his longest relationship in the United States, one of his longest fur babies, and just a beautiful little girl. I knew her probably like, I guess maybe 5 or 6 years. But it was, I'll never forget, she was having difficulty breathing. and it went on for about a week or two, and it wasn't bad. But then, one night, I'll never forget, it was a rainy Monday, Memorial Day night. We're watching TV in our other house, and I remember every time I checked in with her, like from a psychic place, she was like, I got this. I got this. She was a strong little girl. She was a tough bitch, and I remember she just kind of looked back at me, and I literally jumped off the couch and I said, it's time, let's go. And Fabian's like, what are you talking about? I said, it's time to take her to the vet and see what's going on. And, pretty much thinking, this could be the end of her life, as we know it. And we got there and she had a big, massive growth or something in her chest, blocking her windpipe. And, Fabian and I are the type that a 13-year-old little girl, we're not gonna do the crazy, cut her open, remove this, maybe, chemo, maybe radiation, maybe we don't, we just didn't know what was. And at that point, she couldn't even really come home with us because her breathing was so tough. She had to be in an oxygen tent just to kind of function. And, we sat there and looked at each other. We looked at each other and we said, we agree, this is the thing to do. We will be with her. And, we said goodbye to her. Again, like I said, it was about 7 years ago, Memorial Day. And we brought her home. We buried her in our backyard. And I see Al's tweeting away over there. Al, come join us, buddy. So he's tweeting away and retweeting all my stuff. So maybe Al will pop in. So we brought her home, buried her, and we had Sheldon and Zuzu were with us. Zuzu was a little 3.5 pound, 4 pound Chihuahua. And this is something that we have done with all of our animals. And we've, as a couple, have brought 3 home like this that we said goodbye to. And we bring them home and we set them down on the ground, and all the other animals are immediately there. They're wondering what's going on. And they come up and they sniff the one that is crossed over and they walk away and they get it. And, we did that with Lolita. We put her in the backyard. And the next night, I just kept hearing, get the camera, get the camera. And I remember sitting down on the floor, and Zuzu and Sheldon just walked up to me and got in my lap. And I took a picture with an SLR camera down the hallway, and there were little buzzes of, and if you guys see anything, let me know. Because when I start talking about a lot of the animals, things start popping up. But there were little buzzes of lights, like little light worms, all through the cameras and the pictures. And I kept hearing go out back, so I went out back and I took a picture over where we buried her, and there was a giant orb on the camera, on the film, and it was kind of cool. And then probably 2 months after that, Fabian said, "Zoom in on this, look at this." And when we zoomed in, you could see like the little round eyes and the nose and the mouth in the orb. It was just amazing, and for both of it was really quite healing. And then about 3 years ago, Toby, who Fabian found in a dumpster. Toby was a kitten. He found Toby in a dumpster as a kitten, brought Toby home, and at 13 years old on Groundhog's Day, we had to take Toby. He had lost about 5-6 pounds, I think it was. Anemia was, I think, what the verdict was. And we tried a lot of vitamins. We tried a lot of things for a week or two. But this little boy he would sit in one spot. He would get up and walk about 5 feet and sit down and then just be in that spot for like 5 hours. And, at that point we realized it was, not a good existence for him. He was just hiding in the closet. He still ate and drank a little bit, but not much at all. And Groundhog's Day, another holiday, we took him to the vet and we said goodbye to him. And, some people, I know they can be there with them. I will say it is the hardest thing I've ever done as a human, sitting there, giving permission, petting them, kissing on them, saying goodbye to them as they take their last little breath. And but it's very powerful as well. And when I say powerful, what I feel like is like honoring. It's powerful. It's like, it's transformative, magical, to be with them as they take their last breath. And, I think in our country, especially our society, we just don't talk a lot about death, and we still have a lot of fear around it. And it is a painful moment, and that could be because of the intensity of it, or because of what I've been taught and thought to believe and still believe, in and around, death and dying. With the animals, we are human and we have the ability to make decisions that they can't, so to speak, I should say, because they probably could make those decisions. But let's see, I think it's 2 weeks ago. So it was Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Tiffany, our Pomeranian that has been with us for 5 years, she came to us as a 9-year-old stray on the streets of Orlando. Had a chip, everything. Nobody claimed her. Nobody came to get her. We were the first ones to put our name down, and there was like 10 people after her because she was just adorable. And 13 years old, another 13-year-old Pomeranian. And, it was funny because on the Monday, the day before, I remember thinking, I'm going to look back into some of that rescue remedy stuff because she was just like very excited and hard time breathing and just thought she was a little overactive. And she's always been nonstop little girl, at night pacing around. And when she sleeps, but she was moving a lot. And so that Monday I went online, Amazon.com, and I was looking for rescue remedy, and I saw hemp oil for animals. And I thought, I'll buy that. And it came the Friday after she passed. But I've been giving it to Sheldon, and I'll tell you more about that. Hey, Ann. And it was 2 days before Thanksgiving. And I'm sitting with her in the kitchen, and I'm kind of watching her and just connecting with her. And, I could feel this was something different than the norm. And she was just having a hard time breathing. And, I was just kind of asking her, is this your time to go? And, I can't say that I felt yes or no either way, but I knew we needed to take her soon, if not the next day. And then Fabian and I laid down, and that night, and she just kept moving around. Finally, she laid down, she had her head up, and she had a difficult time breathing. And Fabian just like, I can't sleep with her in this mode. And I said, well, let's go. Let's go. And it's middle of the night. It's like 10:30 at night. We went to the same after hours place. It was the same doctor that we did 7 years ago with Tiffany. And, we were there with her and said goodbye to her. And, we brought her home, let all the other two cats and Sheldon, smell her. And it's funny, they smell her energy, but then they walk away and they realize that's not her anymore. That's just the body that she inhabited. And we, did our ritual burying her out back. She's at one end of the yard, Toby's at the other end of the yard, kind of anchoring our property with their energy, their souls, and their bodies. So again, one of the toughest things I ever had to do. I'd do it again tomorrow because of how much I love them and have appreciated them being in my life and what I've learned from them. But, with that being said, you often hear about, people holding out to holidays, holding out, to where all the family's together, or people often cross around holidays. And I know you can probably do the statistics and it may not line up, but it seems like a lot of people do cross over. And my feeling of it as a psychic and medium is more of the energetics of it. It's a powerful energetic time. It's about bringing families together. It's about, maybe solving differences and coming together. So I think it's often like, new moons and full moons and eclipses. It's just like it's windows of opportunity. And I think that's why a lot of people do cross over during those times. One of the messages I wanted to bring tonight was, connect with your fur babies, or even just the animals in your life. The owl that's in the backyard, or the osprey out front, or the alligator. I'm in Florida, or the alligator in your pond. And just connect with them. And the words I like to say, and this is from Joan Renquette, is be curious. Just watch them with curiosity, like a child trying to figure something out. And as you watch and as you're curious, you'll feel in your body, and you'll know in your body, and you'll have a better understanding in your body. Just sitting there in silence. This is why I like just sitting there and petting your cat or your dog. Can be very soothing, and it's when you make that connection. And the reason I encourage you to connect is, to be able to get messages from them, to be able to connect to these little animal totems that are alive and in your life, because I believe they're there to teach you stuff, to help you to grow, to help you, live a better life, to understand. To know what love is. Sometimes I think they're there for that. A lot of times I think we can find that in our humans, but I think our animals, it's a little bit different kind of a love. For me, it feels like what it might be like to have um, a baby that still can't quite communicate, can't feed themselves, but know how to eat and stuff like that. And I know a human is very different. And I don't have a human that I can call my own, but I know that there's a pretty special connection. It's different but similar. I think I'll say it that way. But I think if you connect with them, then when it comes time to say goodbye to them, it's easier to make decisions. It's easier to understand what they want. You know, I believe they will hang on a long time if we need them to, if we want them to. And you know, when people contact me to do animal communication, a lot of times, you know, it's funny because I have let me show you a blank page because I still have a client page on there. But when someone contacts me, I have a picture, and you can see these are like, this is a full page of like questions that I go over. So before I even call the client, I've connected to an image of the animal, asking what are some of the favorite toys, activities, treats, you know, how do they feel about the situation? What's their emotional state? What are the relationship like with other humans and other animals in the house? You know, what's their physical state like? How do they feel? And then any other information that they want to share with a human that I'm going to be contacting. And it's really powerful because a lot of times, you know, some of the messages that I have from them, it's good that I got them beforehand, because a lot of times people are asking me, did we do the right thing? Did we, you know, assist them at the right timing? Did we wait too long? Did we wait too soon? And a lot of times I'll get the message, you know, the timing was right, and that's all I had. And you know, I keep hearing the timing was right, because I don't know, you know, what that means oftentimes, but it's the message that they need to hear. So you know, again, connecting with them makes it easier when it comes time to make those tough decisions, and you know, to understand them and their energy better. So definitely connect with them. And yeah, so I just want to kind of share a little bit about that, because we're coming into some holiday seasons, and you know, be very conscious about food falling on the ground and around you. Be conscious of, you know, doors being open with busy times and stuff like that. And you know, I'll probably do this again, and I love the animal communication part, and I love teaching about that. So it's definitely something I'll do. And you know, maybe I'll figure out a way that I can do some you know, readings for animals on here, because if you're in Hangouts, then I know I can bring you on and do that. But tonight I was just going to pop on for about 30 minutes. So does anybody have any quick questions or anything they want to post in either of the chat rooms before I kind of bring this just little moment to an end? Let me know. I appreciate you guys being here. So did anybody receive like an update through YouTube? Ruby, I know we were in contact and you had subscribed to this and it sent you an update 30 minutes before. But I was curious if anybody who's just on my channel got like an update. Like it said, you know, Mitch is going live, or Mitch is live. You know how like on Instagram and Facebook, it'll say stuff like that. So I'm curious how that process worked. So Ruby, Louisa definitely hears you. Not really doing any readings tonight though. So Prasad, you got yours in your feed. Okay, cool. So it did give you some kind of an update there. Okay, Aaron, you said you got one that said you'd be live in 10 minutes. I think I posted that on Facebook. So what I'm curious is if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, did it send you an update? So okay, cool, Robin. Thank you. Hey, Deb. Okay, so Deb, YouTube notification, and YouTube sent you a notice. Okay, cool. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, guys. So I think I said hello to everybody who's out there. Ruby, 4 years ago today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sending you lots of love there. So you guys, thank you for, I'm just making sure nobody else said anything. So thank you all for coming on tonight. I'm gonna end this off, and I'm not sure if this then will be archived in YouTube. I think it will, and then that way other people can see that. So you're welcome, Ruby. Thank you, everybody. Aaron, thank you so much. Thank you for all your support, you guys. And oh, you guys, if you haven't got and you would like to get your 2019 Fool spread, that is kind of my special spread I'm doing right now. I pulled 2 cards for every month in 2019, 1 card for the January and what the energy is going to look like, and then how you can best navigate it. I deliver it back in a YouTube video similar to this. So you can find that at mitchellosborne.com under Fool Spread in the store, or it's kind of all over Facebook too, if you go to my actual page. So yeah, so I know some of you here have already gotten yours, so I hope you will be able to utilize those over the next 12 to 13 months. And if you get it before this next Sunday, a week from today, I'm including December in there, so an extra 2 cards. So everybody, thank you. And I am going to stop this feed, and I will talk to you guys at another time. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye, everybody.